Hey everyone, Xzenithik here. Today I want to show you the two calculators that I built, one in my friend's multiplayer server and one in my single player. And the one that I'm in right now is my friend's multiplayer server. This calculator is much slower than the one I built in my single player, and I'll show you why later. So first let's try something. Let's try 5, and you can see 5 pops up on the screen. And we'll add that to... And there we go, 8. So you could see how messy that was and how long that took, and it didn't look too nice. So we'll reset it to 0, and there we go. So now let's try 9 plus 9. 9, and we'll add that to 9. So it's calculating right now, and there we go, 18. So again, that took a little while. I will show you guys why that takes so long. So this is pretty standard. I'll explain all this in my second calculator because it's a little bit cleaner. This is the part that takes a long time. This is the binary to decimal decoder. Now, for each decimal output, it has to use 1 tick. Now, this is a design that most people use, and I find it takes far too long, especially when you try doing numbers like 18 or 30 out here. It has to go through, let's see, if this is 18, it has to go through 17 ticks just to get to this line. Oh, sorry. It has to go through 17 ticks just to get to this line. And then it goes all the way through, does the 7-second display thing. This is pretty standard stuff right here. And outputs into 2 7-segment displays. So that takes a little while. The rest of this, it's pretty optimized, just how many times people have gone through editing this. This is a full adder right here, but I'll go over this more in my video on my other calculator. So yeah, you can see why that takes a little while. Now I'll meet you guys back and I'll show you my second calculator. Hey everybody, here we are in my single player world. So this is my second calculator, and the screen's a little bit bigger, but it works in the same way. Let's try adding. Why don't we try adding 5 plus 3 again? 5. We'll enter number A. You can see nothing has changed yet. Much faster than the first calculator. And then instead of 5, we're going to add 3 as number B. That should be 8. There we go. Pretty quick. Resetting takes a little longer, but it does the job. There we go. And we can add 9 plus 9 again, which is actually the max for this calculator, but it could be extended to go much farther. So we'll do 9 plus, there we go, you can see 9 pop up in the background. 9 plus 9, 18. That was pretty fast. Now let me show you guys why it's so much faster. This is a little different than the first, but it works on the same basic principles. The main thing that makes this go faster is this right here. Now, like I pointed out in the other video, or in the for the other calculator, for each decimal output, it has to use 1 tick. Now, this is only slightly bigger. I know it looks twice as high, but really, what would have been over here is just copied on top to conserve space. Instead of testing each one per 1 tick, it can test 6 for 1 tick. Now, that means instead of, if say I was trying to get the number 36, instead of testing 35, instead of testing through 35 other inputs to get 36, which use 35 ticks, it can do that all in 6 ticks because it can test 6 per line. So that makes this extremely fast. Another reason this is fast is because of this right here. Because I've stacked it on top and used these right here, these torch towers, to power this, it only takes about another 2 or 3 ticks to get onto these higher numbers. Now for this it's a little trivial because it wouldn't have had to use that many to get to here anyways. But imagine if you're trying to add, 25 plus 36 or something, and you had to use something all the way up here. The torch tower is much faster than trying to test through 97 different, outputs to get over to there. Another reason this is faster is it takes less repeaters to get to this area. That's because all the outputs are fairly straightforward. You can see that these are my binary, and instead of having them split between, on my other calculator, it only had 4 bits of RAM, and the other 4 bits were not saved. It saves both bits of RAM using what I call an output switcher. I don't know the official name of this. I just came up with it as I was building. So this switches the output between either here, if this is down, or here, if this is up. And then, via those buttons over there, I can store that data into RAM. And instead of having it go 1, 2, 4, 8, 1, 2, 4, 8, it actually stores as 1, 1, 2, 2, 4, 4, 8, 8, which is much more efficient for adding it into the adders. Because otherwise I'd have to take, say, this bit over here, bring it all the way, add it here, and then use this and bring it over here. And I have to do that for all of them, because these take the inputs 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, and 8, 8. So that makes this a lot faster as well. And then this is pretty standard 7-segment displays here. Another cool aspect of this calculator is almost everything here is stackable. So these right here are what convert the decimal into binary, and also bring the indicator lights backwards over the torches, or over the buttons, as well as use a T flip-flop for turning them on and off. And this is only 1 wide, and if you include the reset latch, or the reset line here, it's 2, and you can just easily stack it over and over and over again. So that's nice about that. RAM can also stack it this direction. Adders can obviously be stacked this way as well. The binary to decimal decoder, you could potentially stack it this way, but I would not. I find it's more efficient to stack upwards, because right now it goes from 0 to 9, and then from 10 to 19, and so on. And the 7-segment display decoder works in the same way. This right here, you have to split it in half from right here, because this is where the two 7 displays differ, is right along this line. These 10 lines here go from 0 to 9, and same on the bottom. And if you kept stacking this upwards, it would keep doing the same thing, 0 to 9. And on this side, these are all zeros, these are all ones, and 2s, 3s, 4s, and that's so on. So yeah, that's why this is so much faster, is there's a lot less delay when it comes to this portion. And that's a quick overview of how it works. If you guys want a tutorial on how to make pretty much every component in here, I will do that for you. I'll probably make separate component videos and then show you how to put them all together. And yeah, there we go. And easily resettable. Doesn't take too long. It's pretty simple. And I guess I'll show you guys what I'm working on right now on my second project. So over here is my keys. So you can see it right here. It has a space bar, it has all the letters, it has all the numbers, and it has some arrow keys. This will probably be used to scroll around the screen. I'm thinking about making this like 3x3, so you can have 3 different letters, numbers, or whatever. And then instead of enter here, I'll probably turn this into a backspace or something similar. And basically, all these outputs are just pulled out into this, and they all have the same amount of delay, I believe. And this is how the screen works here. So if you guys want a tutorial on anything I have here, if you want to know anything more about any of this, feel free to ask. And I've showed you guys these two, or I've showed you this one. But yeah, everybody thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.